Hello, it's Emma Jo here from Lavinia Stamps, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this. So this is a lovely garden, summer breezy type day, whimsical moments starring Mimsy, the pussycat, and a couple of dragonflies and a fair bit of glitter, which is fab. I'm painting a bit with Posca Pens again, but this time not on shrink plastic, on a DL Multifarious Card. And I love this. It's whimsical. Come with me and let me show you how I did it. Okie dokie, so here we have some DL Multifarious Card and some Lime Punch Elements ink and a large stencil brush, and I'm just applying it in large circles and just slowly building up that colour. And now I'm sped up, so it's not that slow. Anyway, sorry. There we go. I'm just popping a couple of green splodges in the sky as well, just to add a bit of colour. Okay, and now I've got some, I think it's Bermuda, hurrah! We've got some Elements ink Bermuda, and I'm just adding it to the edges just to give it a bit of a frame and also give it some depth. Love it. So we're building up the colour again. And now we're moving on to Della Blue. And using big circles, we're just going to fill in the gaps of white paper with a light smattering of Della Blue. Okay, and we're getting ready to stamp now, and I have chosen Mimsy, and we're using Versafine Clair Nocturne to stamp Mimsy. And so I'm now going to show you how we stamped the foreground, because although Mimsy is there, she is not the foreground. She's going to be behind it. So we've got some Lunar Buds that I have inked up in Versafine Clair Shady Lane. And we're just going to create a scene with these. We got the Fairy Barnacles stamp, probably most used in seascapes, but I think it just reminds me of hollyhocks. And I love that. So to me, these are fairy hollyhocks. And I'm building up a little garden scene for Mimsy to wander in. And that's the joy about stamping on this craft mat, is that it's so easy to wipe down afterwards. Fabulous. And I'm still using Shady Lane, and I've got some woodland fern, and this is now going to act as a bit of a frame on top of, I know, the mermaid earlier, but the mermaid has just given us a darker base to the edges, which is fabulous. Love it. Okay, so now I'm going to use the Posca Pen Apple Green to just go over where those Lunar Bud stems would be, so that we can see that Mimsy is in fact walking behind the flowers. I'm now going to add some glow flowers. Now I love these because I have this tendency to crack open the Posca pens and colour things in, they just lend themselves to, you know, allowing extra colour into the piece. So we're slowly building up this space, aren't we? Now I'm using the Sprig of Blossom here from the Foliage Set. It's the one with 4 stamps. And it's so versatile. You could use it at the end of, you know, in your trees, in your wreaths. But in here, I'm just going to fill in those little gaps with it. Aha, here we go. Crack open those Posca pens, we're going in. So I'm using a green pen to dot a sort of base for Mimsy to stand on. And then I'm going to stamp in. The profile dragonfly is going to go in Shady Lane, and then the other 2 that I'm going to do here are going to be in Warm Breeze. And they are the dragonflies, the dandelions, the dragonflies from the Fairy Bugs set. And just because I want to make sure that we can see which ones are the stars of the show, I've put a little bit of Sundance behind Mimsy and the dragonflies. And now I'm dotting those hollyhocks with pale pink Posca, fairy barnacles, or fairy hollyhocks as I am now calling them. And as you do that, you can slowly see just the subtle edge of colour that's coming into the piece. I'm using yellow Posca to the centre of the Lunar Buds and treating these flowers as if they are closely related to our little daisies. So I'm giving them white petals, and then I'm mixing some white Posca paint with some purple Posca. Now, I'm just going to paint the outside edge of the Lunar Buds. Now, how you can do this is if you push your Posca pen down onto your craft mat, you'll get a reservoir of ink come out the bottom. Use that as if it was paint. So I'm now moving on to the glow buds, and I've added some more of the sky blue Posca paint to what I've already got mixed down there. And I filled in the globe flowers. Okay, so we've got the glittery Posca pen going back in on those Lunar Bud stalks. And I'm just adding some little white dots. Using glittery yellow Posca and white pens to make sort of orbs, really. Like, you know, there's pollen and blossom in the air. It's just lovely. And a little bit of pale pink too. You see? Just adding a little highlight on those glow flowers as well. And now, of course, time to add some bling. I'm putting it onto my finger here, and I'm using Icicle for the sky, and I've used Cayman on the glow flowers. Now, as you will see now, oh, a large splodge came out. So I've just picked a little bit up with my finger and tried to dab it along. And we've got moments like these as the sentiment sticker in the bottom left-hand corner. And ta-da! You did it. Well done. So I have to say, I don't have to say, but I'm going to say, I'm really pleased with how this came out. I hope you enjoyed it. I just love the way the skills that I've learnt elsewhere, I can bring them into this, like painting with Posca pens. It's so effective and almost watercolour-like. Loved it. So, my friends, this is all from me. If you have any comments, please pop them in the post below. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. Thank you so much for watching. And I promise, if you comment, I will get back to you. You take care now. See you soon. Bye.